Good morning, students. Welcome to class 5 of FY Chemistry. I am Ms. Benazir Sheikh, Department of Chemistry from NB Mehta Valwada Science College Bordi. Students, in our last lecture, we have discussed about the classification of elements on the basis of types of elements and few periodic properties. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss factors affecting periodic properties and different methods to calculate electronegativity. So let's get started. Students, now let us try and understand about what is screening effect or shielding effect. Students, as shown here is the positively charged nucleus at the center and the inner shell electrons, that is, electrons in the first and second shell, prevents, that is, shield, the nuclear attractive force to reach the electrons in last shell, that is, electrons in first and second shell, shield the nuclear attractive influence. These effect of shielding is known as screening effect or shielding effect. The first periodic property is atomic radius, and we know that atomic radius of an atom is defined as the distance between the nucleus of the atom and the electron in the valence shell. Students, now let us discuss about the factors affecting atomic radius. Factors affecting atomic radius. First is atomic radius is directly proportional to number of shells. That is, as number of shells increases, atomic radius also increases. The next is nuclear charge. Atomic radius is inversely proportional to nuclear charge. That is, as nuclear charge increases, atomic radius decreases. And the last is shielding effect or screening effect. Atomic radius is directly proportional to screening effect. That is, screening effect increases with increase in atomic radius. Now, the second periodic property is the ionization enthalpy. Students, ionization enthalpy is defined as the enthalpy change for the removal of electron from each atom in 1 mole of gaseous atoms or ions. Now let us discuss about the factors affecting ionization enthalpy. Factors affecting ionization enthalpy. The first factor is size of atom. Ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to size of atom. That is, as size of atom decreases, ionization enthalpy increases. Then the second factor is nuclear charge. Ionization enthalpy is directly proportional to nuclear charge. As nuclear charge increases, ionization enthalpy also increases. And the third factor is shielding effect. Ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to shielding effect. As shielding effect increases, ionization enthalpy decreases. Third property is electron gain enthalpy. It is defined as the enthalpy change when 1 mole of gas phase atom of an element accept electrons to form gaseous anion. Let us discuss the factors affecting electron gain enthalpy. Factors affecting electron gain enthalpy. First is atomic radius. Electron gain enthalpy is inversely proportional to size of atom. Smaller the size of atom, more will be the electron gain enthalpy. Second is nuclear charge. Electron gain enthalpy is directly proportional to nuclear charge. Greater the nuclear charge, more will be electron gain enthalpy. Fourth property is electronegativity. Electronegativity of an element is defined as its capacity to attract electrons towards it from another element in its compound. Let us discuss the factors affecting electronegativity. Factors affecting electronegativity. First is atomic radius. We know that electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic radius. That is, as atomic radius increases, electronegativity decreases. Then next is nuclear charge. Electronegativity is directly proportional to nuclear charge. That is, as effective nuclear charge increases, electronegativity also increases. And next is shielding effect. Electronegativity is inversely proportional to shielding effect. That is, as shielding effect increases, electronegativity decreases. Students, the term electronegativity has been defined differently by different investigators. Like Pauling, he defined electronegativity as the power of an atom in molecule to attract electron to itself. Mulliken suggested that electronegativity can be regarded as the average of ionization energy and electron affinity of the element. And Alfred Roschow defined electronegativity as electrostatic force of attraction exerted by the nucleus of an atom on the valence electrons. Students, a concept of electronegativity is very important as it gives an idea about the metallic and non-metallic properties of elements. And it also helps to explain and predict many properties related to it. Students, various methods have been put forward to calculate the electronegativities of the atom. Let us discuss about the Pauling's method. Students, according to Pauling, the electronegativity difference between two atoms is equal to 0.182 square root of delta, where delta is the resonance energy in kilocalories per mole. In SI units, this becomes 0.088 under root of delta, where delta is in kilojoule per moles. So students, over here, delta is calculated by using the following formula. That is, bond dissociation energy of AB minus under root of bond dissociation energy of A into bond dissociation energy of B. Now, let us see one numerical based on this formula. So the question over here is, calculate the electronegativity of carbon from the data given below. So students, let us see the given data. Bond dissociation energy of hydrogen is provided as 104.2 kilocalories per mole. Bond dissociation energy of carbon is 83.1 kilocalories per mole. Bond dissociation energy of carbon hydrogen is 98.0 kilocalories per mole. And provided electronegativity of hydrogen, that is 2.1. So we need to calculate electronegativity of carbon. So now we know the formula of Pauling method. So let us substitute the values in the following equation. So electronegativity of carbon minus electronegativity of hydrogen is equals to 0.182 in bracket dissociation energy of carbon hydrogen minus square root of dissociation energy of carbon multiply by dissociation energy of hydrogen raised to 1 by 2. So 0.182 in bracket we have to substitute the value of dissociation energy of carbon hydrogen, that is 98.0 minus square root of bond dissociation energy of carbon is 83.1 multiply by dissociation energy of hydrogen is 104.2 raised to 1 by 2, which is equals to 0.182 in bracket 98.0. So 83.1 multiply by 104.2. The answer comes to 8659.02 raised to 1 by 2, which is equals to 0.182 in bracket 98.0 minus, let us find out the square root of the answer. Square root of answer you get as 93.05 raised to half 1 by 2, which is equals to 0.182. So if you subtract this, what do you get? 98.0 minus 93.05, you get as 4.95 raised to 1 by 2, which is written as 0.182 square root of 4.95. So now electronegativity of carbon minus electronegativity of hydrogen is equals to 0.182 square root of 4.95. So let us substitute the value of electronegativity of hydrogen. So electronegativity of carbon minus electronegativity value of hydrogen is 2.1, which is equals to 0.182 multiplied by, let's find out the square root of this answer, you get as 2.22. So next step is, now we need to find out the electronegativity of carbon. So we'll write down as electronegativity of carbon is equals to, we'll multiply this 0.182 multiply by 2.22. You get the answer as 0.3996. Now this values come over here, so it becomes plus, and once you add this, you get the answer as 2.49, that is 2.5. This is the electronegativity of carbon. Next is Mulliken's method. According to Mulliken, the average of ionization energy and electron affinity of an atom is the measure of its electronegativity. He proposed that the electronegativity of an atom can be calculated with the help of following relation. Students, in this case, 0.374 when divided by 2 gives you 0.187. So we can use either of the formulas. Now, Xa is the electronegativity of atom A, and IE of A, that is ionization energy of atom A, and EA of A is electron affinity of atom A. Now, let's see one numerical on this. Calculate electronegativity of fluorine atom. Given that ionization energy of fluorine atom is 17.41 electron volt and electron affinity of fluorine atom is 3.45 electron volt. So students, using Mulliken's formula, let us substitute the above values. In this formula, only I am substituting the values of ionization energy and electron affinity. On further calculation, we get the answer as 4.07. That is the electronegativity value of fluorine atom. Next method is Alfred and Roschow method to calculate electronegativity. Alfred and Roschow suggested that electronegativity of an element can be calculated with the help of the following equation, where Xa is electronegativity of element A, Z effective is effective nuclear charge, R is radius of the element A in Armstrong unit. So we know that Z effective is equals to Za minus shielding constant. Za is atomic number. So students, with the help of this equation, we can calculate the electronegativity. So he put forwarded the following formula. Now, let us see one numerical based on this method. Students, calculate the electronegativity of lead by using Alfred-Roschow formula. Given that radius of lead is 1.53 Armstrong unit, provided atomic number of lead is 82 and shielding constant is 76.70. Now, let us substitute the values in the given equation. So students, after substituting the values in the above equation, we get the final answer as 1.55. That indicates electronegativity of lead comes to 1.55. So students, in our today's lecture, we have discussed about screening effect or shielding effect. Then we have discussed about factors affecting periodic properties. Then we have seen different methods to calculate electronegativity values, that is Pauling method, Mulliken method and Alfred-Roschow method. So with this, we have completed with our first chapter. So in our next lecture, we shall start with a new chapter, that is atomic structure. Till then, take care.